Why did you decide to get tattoos?
Oh, really don't.
Tattoos have always held a provocative image in our society. For a very long time, ink on someone's skin was immediately written off as trashy, because it was considered to be something that only rebels, criminals, outcasts, and servicemen and women would do. But our country has changed with each generation, and with that change has come a wider acceptance of tattoos.
I think there's some wrong stereotypes. They won't be like good employees or anything. I think it's all ridiculous.
Tattoos have become extraordinarily popular with our
When
generation.
you look at it now, it's like the majority of people have tattoos nowadays.
Speaking from my own experience, I would say that a good 60% of the people that I know have tattoos, and 99% see them as beautiful or interesting rather than trashy. The reason for this influx of ink varies from person to person, but I've noticed that the majority of people get ink to do it for one of two reasons. Either for shits and giggles, or because the design is a specialty.
Tattoo has to have a meaning. Like, some people like to have like deep associated meanings to their tattoos, and other people like to say, "Fuck it, I'm drunk. I'll get something crazy like tattoo on my butt." Like, I think it definitely does speak to like someone's character of like what they have on them. Like whether it be like something super serious and artistic, or like something their buddy did when they were 15, like your garage, you know.
Like spontaneous?
I just figured out I have a bunch of tattoos. Dad has tattoos, my brother has tattoos.
I mean, well, my very first tattoo, it's like ironically an anchor. So I like the placement of the leg because it's kind of like it's a good place to it. Kind of some symbolism going on.
Well, one tattoo is more of a humorous one. Then the other one's more of like an ode to my grandfather. And the other one's just music lyrics.
I like to view my tattoos as like my art, like stuff I deemed worthy enough to stick on my canvas. Like, so it's kind of, like it's an expression of kind of what I like and what stuff means to me. Like, I mean, I don't really care whether you like my stuff one way or another. Like, it's just my stuff. It's like has meaning to the fact that it's ingrained on my body and like it's gonna be stuck with me the rest of my life.
Do you think that like people would ever like stereotype you in any way because of your tattoos or the way?
I don't really think so.
You think like anybody will ever look at your ink and just be like just get pre-notions about who you are?
Probably, yeah.
Why would you want to go from getting one in the shop to getting one from the shop?
I don't know, each has like a cool aspect about it. Like when you're in a shop, there's a lot of professionalism, there's a lot of expertise, like there has something to do with like the whole vibe of like being in a tattoo shop and getting tattooed there. It was also fun to get tattooed by someone outside a shop because it was like a lot more personal.
You guys like how I made the penis uncircumcised?
Would you recommend your personal artist? Anybody?
Oh, I would, yeah, he's very talented.
Getting a tattoo is painful, and in many different cultures, it can be considered an initiation of sorts. I certainly remember feeling like I was going through an initiation when I got my first tattoo. On my 17th birthday, both of my brothers picked me up after my shift of work ended and drove me out to the ATP, which is a scummy trailer park that we spent a lot of time in back in the day. When we got to the park, my older brother's friend Fluffy was waiting on his deck with his tattoo gun all set up, and he was surrounded by most of our friends from the park. My brother walked over to Fluffy and handed him a fifth of Jack Daniels as payment for the ink I was about to get. The only choice I had in the matter was what I wanted to get and where I wanted it. There was never any illusion that I was going to leave the park without a tattoo. Watching a piece of art being injected into my flesh was, and still is, the most addictive sensation I have ever experienced. I now have 3 tattoos, all have meaning, and I regret none of them. My ink is me.